Okay, so we're all checked out now and heading back to the car. Tesla parking's been great. I don't know exactly how many destination chargers there are, but it looks to be 10 plus. They have been parking some gas cars in the electric vehicle spot. I think that's just because like Valley runs out of room, so they put them down here. But it looks as if you need a J1772, then they'll move it. There is one car over there, but no, yeah. So fully charged up to 100% this morning. It just finished probably about 10 minutes ago. Put that back in. 48 amps, 200 volts, or 44-ish amps, 200 volts. High. Unplugged and got all the luggage in the trunk. Got my lightsaber. Of course, you know we had to get Anakin's. Not really too different than what we came with, but now let's go ahead. Let's hop in. And this little leg of the trip is not actually going to be that interesting. In fact, this and then getting there will be the only probably clips. But we're going to head from here in Orlando up to Saint Augustine. It's roughly about a 122-mile drive. It's saying it'll take about 2 hours. It's actually going to take a little bit longer than that. It's currently 1:15. And that's because we're going to stop at like an outlet mall around here. An update on the Florida Man stats: 304 watt hours per mile, 291 kilowatt hours consumed, and 959 miles. Go ahead and mute that. So yeah, let's get on the road, and we'll see you when we have reached the beach. And we made it. It took a little bit longer than what we had originally anticipated, about 30 minutes just because we stopped at Buc-ee's. 279 watt hours per mile, so definitely did really good this leg of the trip from a efficiency perspective, because we've been averaging well over 300. And man, you're all Florida weather is, I mean, it's something else. Like at one point it was sprinkling, then it was just a downpour, and then it just sunny. Oh, there's an R1S there. That's I think I've seen one before. I know I see a lot of the R1Ts plugged in. I think we arrived at about 50%. No. I think they're charging on a Tesla. I had heard that they made a Tesla J1772, but hadn't really ever seen one being used. Let's see what kind of speeds we're getting. So it's a 40 amp, so pretty good, about what I get at home. Okay, so we just checked out. I'm gonna go ahead and unplug right 100%. This destination charger has definitely seen better days. It is mainly just held on by tape, so I'm expecting that this will fall any second, but I don't really have time to do anything about it. Packed up a bunch of stuff, suitcases, everything. Not really anything new. Let's go ahead, hop in the car, and see what we are working with. So it's actually gonna have us take a very different way. Last time we went pretty much directly south through Tennessee and Georgia. This time around though, if I can do this, this is one of my favorite views. This is like the section of your trip to the next supercharger, unless there isn't one, then it's just your whole trip. But then this right here is your whole trip. So last time we essentially went straight down. This time, however, we are going up through kind of like the coast of Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, and Kentucky, which will actually be kind of interesting because I've never been to South Carolina or North Carolina. So yeah, should be pretty fun. This first leg of the trip is going to be 197 miles or 3 hours, and we're charged up to 100%. And for anyone that's wondering, 7,000 miles. My original EPA was never 315. Like the second I got the car, I think it was 311. And right now it's 306. And I do believe that this fluctuates based on your car's like lifetime efficiency, because during the winter this will drop below 300, and then during the summer it will jump back up above 300. And it's not like the car is gaining battery health. So that back over there. We are both very, very red. So looking like I'm straight out of Tomato Head town. So yeah, let's get on the road. Hi, hello, sorry to interrupt your road trip viewing experience, but just want to let you know that this video is sponsored by, once again, me. Click the link down in the description or head to teststuff.com for all of your Tesla accessory needs. We got the cup holders, we got the center console organizers, we got these things right here so you can hide your most precious, valuable belongings, screen protectors, floor mats, everything you're going to need. All right, and you can use code YouTube all caps for 10% off your entire purchase. Yeah, that's the sponsored segment. Back to the video. So we made it. We ended up arriving a little bit later than predicted just because we ended up making a few stops for the bathroom, but arrived with 20% here in Hardeeville. Am I saying that right? Hardeeville. It's a 250. There's 8 stalls. There's absolutely no one here. There's a truck kind of blocking the way, but we were able to squeeze in. I guess you could always go around the back, but let's go ahead and plug in. It says we're going to be here for 20 minutes. Oh, the efficiency for this trip was 287, so still a little bit better than our overall average. Went through an absolute monsoon. Like, it was just sunny, then just pouring down rain, and then sunny, pouring down rain. So let's go ahead. Let's get plugged in. Yeah, so all 250s, and there's a pull-in over there. We're probably not going to get crazy fast speeds just because we're at 20%, but... Oh, and I said the other day, or in the last part, at the highest I had seen was 258. I actually have seen 259, but it wasn't my car personally. It was another Model 3. Let's see. Oh, we're actually pulling 251, 252, 253... and it says 20 minutes to continue trip. Yeah, we're probably only going to be around 250 for maybe up until like 30%, if that. In terms of what's around here, there's a Waffle House that we'll probably end up going to. We were kind of hoping for an IHOP. But there's a Parker's Kitchen, a Quick Trip. I don't know what any of these places are. Gas here is actually $2.97. That's cheaper than in Kentucky. We're in like the southern, we're like right on the border between Georgia and South Carolina. But yeah, we're gonna try to find some food, let this charge, and it'll probably end up charging up a whole lot more than what we need, but that's fine, so, because we're hungry. I got the notification probably, yeah, like 7 to 10 minutes ago that Ray was ready to continue trip. I think we only overcharged by like, I don't know, probably like 10 minutes. Yeah, so we actually didn't overcharge that much. But I guess it doesn't really matter considering we're still stopping at the same spot. But maybe we'll just have to be there a little bit less time than normal. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the destination back in. She's using the bathroom. We had quite a few Teslas pull up. We had one that just finished charging and then another one that's also charging in the pull-in spot. Looks like we got 136 miles or about 2 hours to go until we hit the next charger in whatever that is. Case, South Carolina. So let's hit the road. And we have made it to KC. What do you think? KC. Since charge, 334 miles. Well, that's not right. Well, I guess we can just go off current drive. 136 miles. That's kind of weird since charge. I thought that updated after every charge. 136 miles, 39 kilowatt hours, 289 watt hours per mile. It says we're going to be here for 25 minutes, or we need to charge up like 30 some percent. So I think we probably need to get up into the 60s. Let's go ahead and plug in. It is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's 12. I'm pretty sure it's 12. This is the first time that I've seen the little things up top here though, so that's pretty interesting. I've never seen, even, all the 250s I've been at, I've never seen the signs on top. Let's go ahead and let's get plugged in. And this is also the first time that, I don't know, maybe I just don't pay attention to 250s because they don't really share power in pairs like 150s do. But this is the first time I've seen the letters go out to C. Normally, 150s, it's like A and B, or at least from what I have experienced. Pull in. We might hit 250. I mean, it'll be very, very brief, but 253. Oh, nope, 251. So far, this trip hasn't been too bad, except, I don't know, the last like 30 miles, people just would not get out of the left lane. In other, countries, I know that people are taught how to properly drive, but here in the States, people think that the left lane is the fast lane. So as long as they're going the speed limit or like above the speed limit, then they don't have to get over. A lot of people don't know that it's the passing lane. It doesn't matter if you're doing 15 over, if someone comes up behind you doing 30 over or 20 over, get out of the way. It's just super annoying. I was stuck behind a box truck that was just in the left lane the whole time, had tons of opportunities to get over and just wouldn't get over. And there was just nothing but semi trucks in the right lane. So yeah, that's been kind of the only annoying part. I am happy though that this, or the drive back, is different than the drive down, because then it would just be the same, video as part one, but just in reverse. But this one's, different. We're going a different way. At first I thought it was maybe because I turned off tolls, but Waze also navigated me the same way, and I looked at Apple Maps as well, and that also navigated me the same way. It's probably because we were leaving from Saint Augustine. I believe if we would have left from Orlando, it would have taken us the same way. A better route planner had us going the same way back. And the Tesla, like going into your location in the app, where you can like plan drives now from the app, that also had us going the same way back. Though the Tesla app navigation is kind of bad because it's never, it's just really weird. I mentioned at the very start of this trip that it was trying to have me stop at a supercharger that I didn't need to stop at with like 60%, and it didn't matter how much I upped my starting battery percentage, because you can like edit it.
it just still told me to stop there. So I mean, I guess it's a good kind of estimate, but it's different whenever you actually put it in the car. So all right, 10% arrival. Go ahead and continue trip. Here we wanted us to charge us about an extra 5 minutes. What's the price of this one? The last one, sorry if you can hear the AC, I'm not turning it down. This one was $12. The last one was, I got charged 14 something. So let's go ahead. Let's unplug. This sun is burning me alive. Oh yeah, so this one it did reset. Last time it didn't reset, which was kind of weird. Yep, and I went to 10%, now it's already up to 12%. I'm gonna try to get that down below 10%. So let's hit the road. Well, we made it, and that was a very interesting trip, to say the least. We got here with 8%, and yeah, 45-minute charge. We need to go up at least 67% to reach London, and it's a 250. This was very, very weird because the second that we pulled out, it wanted us to stop like 10 minutes up the road in the last place we were at in South Carolina. It wanted us to stop 10 minutes up the road and charge for 5 minutes, and it would not continue on with the normal navigation. So at first I started manually navigating with Waze, and then I put it into the car and just removed all charging stops, because even once we had passed the charger that it kept telling us to stop at, it still was trying to tell us to turn around and go back, which was super annoying. But we eventually got it in, but apparently there's like 3 different superchargers here in Asheville. Apparently this place is massive. I have no idea. And the one that we were manually navigating to was on the northeast side, kind of northeast, at least I think. We were stuck in the most annoying traffic. It started raining, and once I realized we were close enough to where I could put in the original navigation, it told us to get off the exit that we were like right next to. I missed the exit because the exit, because of the construction, was different than the exit that was on the navigation. Missed that exit, but it just rerouted us to this one. They're all 250s. There's 12 stalls here. There's a Model X over there, a Model 3 here, a few more. There's a Model Y on this side of it, and then a Model 3. We're in like an outlet mall, so there's a bunch of stuff. You just can't see it because this isn't like the back corner. I don't know what that Mach-E is doing. Yeah, so we're gonna get out and find the bathroom and let this charge, because it's got 45 minutes. So we've been here for quite some time. Probably like, what do you say, we've been here for like 40 minutes now? We wanted to go ahead and let it charge up to 14% on our arrival in London, just because of what happened last time with all of the, I'm gonna go ahead and hit continue trip. Happened with all the like, it wanting us to like hop off somewhere. We just want to get home with having to get out as little as possible. So we're just gonna go ahead and go now. Plus I checked, and Southern Kentucky does not have like any superchargers. Like literally London is about the only place in Southern Kentucky. So we would have had to have went off course in Knoxville to hit a supercharger, because the supercharger, I think there's multiple in Knoxville, but the closest one to our route was south of it. So I mean, it would have essentially taken the same amount of time. We are going to go ahead and hit the road. I also checked the front of the car, because on the way here from South Carolina, there was a truck. At first we thought South Carolina roads were just awful, but there was a truck, like I would say 10 or 15 car lengths ahead of us, and no one was going around him, and everyone was just getting pelted with rocks. I checked. I have the front PPF, as you all know, but Yeah, no damage. I was mainly concerned about like the windshield, but no, yeah, we've been good, fingers crossed. We got 215 miles to go at 90%, 276 miles. The efficiency for the last leg was 291 watt hours. I was doing good, but open roads, South Carolina, yeah, it was, yeah, so let's hit it. And 200 and how long was that? 210 miles?
No idea.
210 miles later, we've arrived with 6%. We did stop to grab food with like 100 miles left somewhere in Tennessee, but we averaged 277 watt hours per mile. Also, I wanted to mention that I've noticed this anytime I get out with it under 20%, it turns off Sentry mode and it doesn't auto turn back on whenever it reaches 20%, but that's something that I've noticed that I find to be kind of weird, because I definitely do want that going even while at superchargers. But let's get plugged in. These are all 250s, and they actually updated this, I think it was a year or so back. It used to just be those over there. I don't know if they were 250s or not. I think there's 2, 4, 6 stalls there with a pull through, and all of these here are pull throughs now. You can hear it spinning up. Yeah, we drove through an absolute monsoon, which you all would have seen coming into like the Tennessee mountains. It was just constant mountain ranges, just up, down. I did a lot of manual driving, and then during the straightaways, I kind of just let the car drive. But we should pull full 250. And it didn't try any of the weird, like, oh, no, stop here instead to quickly top off a little bit. No, it just put us right on here. So there we go, pulling 250. And this is actually the only charger in southern Kentucky. Yeah, this is the only charger excluding Bowling Green. And then I guess if you want to consider this southern Kentucky, but I consider this like western Kentucky. Yeah, only charger right here. Like this spot right through here needs more chargers, but to be honest, I don't think there's anything there. In terms of pricing for this, we're paying 37 cents per kilowatt hour. I've hit all 250s this trip. This will be the last one, and we actually don't need that much to get home. Only 9 minutes remaining. But yeah, this is a nice spot. You have a McDonald's, a gas station with a store in it, I think. Randolph's, not the sunglasses, a steakhouse, a Cracker Barrel over there. I have no idea what that is. And you have a Cheddar's right over there. So places to eat. And I really do like these stalls. To be honest, I prefer all stalls as pull through. But yeah, we're gonna charge up here, and then we will hit the final stretch, which will be 89 miles or an hour and a half, arriving home at 10:49 p.m. So let's see here. We've been charging for like 10 minutes. Arrival home at 13%, so we should be good. We never drop below 100 kilowatts. We're right around 40-ish%. So right around the time that the big taper happens. So we're gonna go ahead and unplug. 13% is plenty enough. And time for the final leg of the trip. Hopefully we can make it home by 11 and no more stops. All right, let's do this. And we are not home yet. We're stopping at our local Walmart to get oatmeal because, well, like I've mentioned, and you all have probably seen, we're extremely sunburnt. But every now and then, these chargers here at this Electrify America will offer complimentary sessions. Has been typically used in order to improve service and perform an update. So anytime that there's like an update on these things, they always give out free charging. In fact, if you watch my Is the CCS Adapter Worth It video, you might have seen that I was extremely confused on why my very first charging session ever was free. And I'm about to have to dig through all of this to get my CCS adapter. But hey, free charging is free charging. I mean, it's cheaper than home if it's free. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna plug in. That one over there is not free, but I wanna hurry up and plug in before they make this paid again. So give me just a second. And there we go, contactor's clicking. Definitely not as nice as, well, I mean, when it's free, you don't have to pull out a payment method or anything, but when you gotta pay for it, it's definitely not as nice as supercharging, if it will even work. It looks like we're flashing, and there we go, it's kicking on. We're charging. Nice. Yeah, we're at 17%, pulling 111 kilowatts. We'll more than likely taper down at like 20%. Honestly, this might be the highest I've ever gotten here. Normally I'm getting like 80 kilowatts here. But like I said, free charging is free charging, so I'll always take it. Okay, so it looks like that we are starting to pull down from the peak. Well, I say peak. We ended up hitting 118 kilowatts. We're here for about 20 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and unplug us. And you know, for, oh, I don't know what happened here. Please enter numbers and press OK. I don't know what I'm doing here. But what I was going to show you is that the price here showed roughly, I don't know, it was like $2, $3 saved for this being complimentary. At home, it saved probably about, I don't know, $1.40. And well, we just bought oatmeal that was $1.30. So, I mean, technically, if you want to get technical, we got that for free. Please unplug. Minute left till idle fees. You mean the $0 idle fees that just let people plug in forever? Oh yeah, so $3.22, replenished 32 kilowatt hours. Let's head home. And we have made it home. Got the car cleared out. Oh, gonna go ahead and plug her in, and I'm gonna sit down tomorrow, look at all the stats, and I'll hop back on here and kind of give some just final thoughts, kind of collect my thoughts about overall experience road tripping 2,000 miles. But yeah, car is all good. I actually meant to clean the front windshield at the last supercharging spot. You can't see it just because it's dark in here. But anytime I passed under lighting, I kept on thinking that there was stuff or rain on the windshield, so it would try like wiping it and it being dry and everything. But yeah, I will see you all in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so final thoughts, and to probably no one's surprise, the trip went off without a hitch. This isn't 2017, 2018, where the Model 3 platform is brand new and there were half the amount of superchargers that there are now, and you have to stop at this specific charger if you want to do this specific stretch of interstate. And yeah, no, it's just put your destination into the Tesla nav and you're gonna make it. In terms of efficiency, I was averaging between 70 and 85%, so high 290, low 300 watt hours per mile. I was on my winter wheels, which are less aerodynamic than my Uber turbines, but they are smaller and lighter, which definitely makes up for it. I can almost guarantee you that if I was on my Ubers for this trip, the efficiency would have been pretty much the same. In terms of pricing, it cost me $60 to get down there and then another $65-ish to get back. So a little over $120 compared to a gas car that It gets 30 miles per gallon. That would have been roughly $200, assuming gas around the $3 mark. And that's not including the fact that, well, you should probably get your oil changed every 3,000 miles. And this was a 2,000-mile road trip, so you're pretty much getting an oil change like a month after you get back. So that's another, what, 30, 40 bucks if you're doing it yourself. So I would say in total, roughly about $100 saved versus doing it in a gas car. But yeah, I did make a video about a week ago on 7 mistakes to avoid while road tripping in a Tesla that I picked up from just doing my road trip. So if you want more information on that, then you can go watch that video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, then feel free to drop a like. And while you're down there, let me know in the comments section if you want to see more Tesla road trip videos. I had an absolute blast and would be totally for doing more of these. This is just such an amazing car for road tripping. And yeah, I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.